He was already a national favorite when he moved from 5 to Metro FM. Now Tato Sikwane, aka DJ Fresh, leads a team whose 5 to 8 morning show is how 4 million South Africans choose to start their workday.
100! 100 days!
Happy 100 episodes. How does it feel?
Old.
Oh.
Yeah.
The person who deserves this cake is fancy.
I deserve cake, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Because he lives, Offense lives here.
Yes.
So this is about the only action he'll get.
That's my cake.
So Offense can have all of
I
it.
get to eat it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, a lot of the time people big up people are on air, but it's very important to always give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
I think
he's the
Offense
engine.
is, he's the V8 that runs this car.
So the team dynamic must be very important. How does this gel and actually work?
I think it's so beautiful because you have people that in each part of the show, they actually excel in what they do. So it's not a situation where you're thinking, oh, we have to make sure that Mpho gets the sports right, or Somizi gets his role right, or everybody in their respective roles, from outside to on air, is so perfect. So the only thing that we need to do is just deliver it. And I think that makes it much easier and much more enjoyable.
So after 100 shows, there must be some highlights and funny moments to share.
Somizi making it on time or making it for the show has been some of the highlights. But yeah, I mean, we've had some amazing guests, especially on a Friday, famous Fresh Fridays.
Meeting people that you thought you knew before and then finding out they've got so many layers. Especially on Fridays, you meet people that have been in the public eye for a long time, but they leave and you leave feeling like you know the person, not just the public persona. So that's been great.
Yeah.
For me, it's getting feedback from someone who says, I listen to the show every day and I learn something new every day. Or I feel empowered, or I realize that I'm not alone in feeling alone or in feeling a certain way. For me, it's the life-changing sides of what we do that make it all worthwhile. Otherwise, I wouldn't wake up so early in the morning.
For me, when you guys are talking, I'm getting emotional.
I'll grab the
For
tears.
me, it's the month end, ne? That SMS! Guys, I must tell you, it's nice.
The zeros!
Those are the rewards for getting up at 3 in the morning, so that by 5, Mpho Maboi can bring you the freshest sports perspective. Angie Khumalo the news, and so that Somizi and Mhlongo can bring the Somizi. Healthy, challenging food for thought to complement your breakfast.
This looks so delicious. What did you prepare for us today, Chef?
Chili barbecue pork belly Benedict. Okay, it's our signature of our new menu. In there, there's slow roasted pork belly, there's English muffin, there's free-range eggs, there's homemade barbecue sauce, there's some fresh chilies in there, micro herbs, and our own homemade hollandaise sauce.
What would you say is a recipe for keeping things fresh on Fresh Breakfast?
We are thinking on our feet all the time. There's a lot of wit, there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of information. We might even school you without you being aware that you're being schooled, because we might do it in jest. Somizi has a lot of funny stories that he tells that it's only when you look back that you realize that Somizi is actually a legendary guy, for instance. Or that Somizi has been through things that you might not be aware of, that Angie grew up in a way that you might be able to relate to. So we bring all of that into one massive pot that we deliver as if you're not gonna feel like you can relate to the show, you might learn something from it, or you might cry because of it, or you might laugh because of it, or you might hate us because of it. As long as you're feeling an emotion, we're happy.
So, Fresh and Somizi, we asked you to bring your favorite items today. What have you brought and why?
My first special item, I carry it with me all the time, is my puzzle wedding ring, black diamonds, like a ton of them. Oleke, I want some now. That, and then my favorite watch, it's a U-boat. I think it's the first time I saw myself spending a ton of money on a watch.
Over coffee, conversation turned to Somizi's spicy new book of memoirs, Domino's Unbreakable Spirit, and his work outside of radio.
I'm hosting the red carpet for the MVAs. And I've used that as an opportunity, because every day it's an opportunity. I mean, I look at this guy next to me who is as hungry as if it's his last job. Everything that he does, I look at him, I'm like, this guy is supposed to be broadcasting from the bed, from his bedroom. He's not supposed to wake up and just go, hey, good morning, because he's earned his stripes. And this guy arrives before me every single day. So for me, it's those things that make me find opportunities in everything that I do. So I'm launching my book in New York a week before I go to LA.
I know you have people to meet, places to go. We, on the other hand, are going to go quad biking.
My nails don't allow me.
Fresh does not seem...
The boys will go.
The antidote to 3 hours in studio would be a quad bike safari up the Witwatersrand Mountains with Rocco Taylor.
What we're hoping to see, what we might see, giraffe, zebra, wildebeest, eland, kudu, gemsbuck, kenyala, waterbuck. On the quad, that's your brake. This brake works all 4 wheels, so it's nice and safe. Your accelerator is on your thumb.
Okay, how do I stop?
You pull the brake.
You jump out.
Okay.
Along with this, his radio family, Fresh is a father to 4 children. And he has a new title too.
Now you've recently become a granddad. How has the experience been?
To tell you the honest truth, I said to my daughter, Renee, how dare you turn me into a granddad? I'm not even 45 and I'm a granddad. But she's 23 and she's literally about to graduate. So yeah, but I'm a granddad. My grandson's name is Mhlongo, and I'm very excited about it, yeah.
You certainly don't look like a granddad at all. What are you packing?
What are you packing? I see you listen to the show. To tell you the honest truth, I don't think there's a secret to looking or staying young. You stress as little as possible, a little bit of exercise, don't eat too much of the stuff you shouldn't be eating, you'll be fine. But I think doing what you love, I feel, is the fountain to youth.
What advice do you have for young people who are looking up to you?
Don't. You must look up to social workers and community uplifters. I think they're bigger role models than anyone in the media right now.
The other day, you gave away 67 bursaries on Mandela Day.
One of my big passions is education. And put about 1,500 kids through college, from simple, basic computing courses right through to degrees. And, my point is, let's help where we can. What can we do in our little spaces to make a little difference? And, I say to all of these kids that are put through college that all I want from you is to return the favor. Oh, yeah, also don't fail. And a lot of them have started their own bursary programs and are already paying it forward. And for me, that's how we, make the world the proverbial better place.
Big Dog, as he is known, was going to be a lawyer and make a difference that way. But he chose radio and continues to sway the court of public opinion for the better every day.
Guys, that was such an awesome ride. But now back to business. Happy 100th episode!
Siga.
Well done, Angie.
Is the coffee still warm?
And the bacon.
It's still here. That's awesome.
This is bacon.
Yeah.
To all the other breakfast shows, this is you.
Toasted.
Eat that.
Catch Fresh and Company in their summer heatwave special this November through December and at their Cape Town New Year's party.